whether you're chatting to parents or churches, church leaders, church workers, there's always a kind of underlying pressure or question, which is, how do we get these kids into the kingdom? You know, is the thrust of our ministry evangelism? And our starting point is very much, the children are in the kingdom. They're created by God. They are created intentionally for relationship with God. They have worth and gifts, and we are entrusted with them. So we want to nurture that relationship from the minute that they're conceived, really. So our children's ministry starts with our pregnant mums, you know, and we take time to be spending time with them, to be chatting to them, to be giving them the opportunity to ask questions about baptism and all sorts of things. So from that moment, really, our ministry begins, so that as the child is growing within our church family and their own family, they feel that they're included. They feel that they've got something to offer. They feel that they've got a place to articulate their ideas or their questions, however bizarre that might be. And it could be questions like, so at which point did, you know, the dinosaurs come into the story, or whatever it is, and give them space for that. We have kind of had times when people have been anxious about, is my child articulating something of faith? And they're waiting for, Mum, I want to say the prayer, or Dad, I want to say the prayer, because they're concerned that their child is saved. So we have taken time to work with our leaders, work with parents, to help them explore, what does it mean to have faith? What does it mean to grow in faith? What does it mean as a parent or a children's leader to nurture faith? So that we're really not doing the children a disservice. We're acknowledging that God's at work in their life, and that we want to affirm every response, every positive response to, yes, I am in relationship with God, yes, I am seeking to follow Jesus, yes, I do want to hear what God says to me, rather than having some kind of idea that we entertain the children and throw as much biblical information at them until they get to the point where they can cognitively respond to that. If we understand that we're physical, emotional, mental, sexual, whatever beings, then it's not right that we only look for cognitive responses. And that can be really difficult, because obviously it's probably the easiest response to acknowledge or observe. And so trying to teach folk to observe the non-cognitive responses, the body language, the sharing of feelings, the wondering questions, and given that place and space, and helping parents to see that actually that's an articulation of faith that the child is showing. We had one 3-year-old who, when he was visiting friends, there was a little kind of cake stand, and he was playing with this cake stand, and he put cakes on it, and he took it over to his mum, and he said, "This is my life." And there was a 3-year-old reenacting something of what he was seeing in communion. And these are precious moments, not to be not to just be passed over, because there's obviously something there where in that small child there's a connection with what we do at communion. There's a connection with, there's something about life in this that's beyond what I understand. And that's the kind of stuff that we want people to be getting excited about.